Hello and welcome to what is the final episode of the Sugar Daddy Showdown. I'm gonna prefix this now. There isn't going to be anything different you see here. I think I've done the 20 years. I've stopped after 20. But basically, what I'm going to do here is, since nobody made the Premier League or made the Champions League or anything, I'm going to flick through an episode here just to see what the football landscape is in 20 years' time. So we'll head into that here now. Starting here now in the Premier League, as you see here, United won the most recent one. The freaking dominated stats below it. The top two goal scorers, top three average rating, top two for assists, and Okuku was at Man City. I've just noticed there, but he gets on, changes the attributes. Looks pretty good, doesn't he? I think he's like 30 or something. This nice we would be 35, and looks pretty good. He's been at Man City for a while. He leaves Dortmund for Inter, and then that has to be the greatest flip for a free transfer you've ever seen. You get 5 years out of him, then sell him for 136 million. But so past winners: Man City from United from Liverpool, Man City from United from Chelsea, Liverpool from United from City. So it's been United and City mainly, and Liverpool and Chelsea have been the other team in the top four. The other team in the top three. I wonder if anybody really ever broke the top four. Arsenal a couple of times, by the look of it. They're Burnley in fifth. Fuck me. So the top four has been the two Manchester teams, Liverpool and Chelsea, by the look of it, for a while. I think Spurs and Arsenal both get one each, but that's it. It's not really much, is it? It stays in Manchester mostly, and Liverpool and Chelsea sort of break the odd one, but the odd teams in the top four. So top four hasn't really changed much, but although Arsenal's this season, fair enough. I wonder what their spending has been like. Just United have been blowing money everywhere by the look of it. Blues in and yellows out. You look at this, so records. United paid 129 million for a buy. Luis Silva, who's very good actually. He's been brilliant for United. He's come through Porto to Wolves to Juventus and then United. Fair enough. And that, Christ, I have to pronounce his name now, Dejan Kulusevski at one point. So he's 40 years of age, still playing actually. Fuck, he done alright. They bought him for 105, sold him for 114. Fair enough. Let a boy hit 50 goals in a season. Fuck it. That's Vedran Stankovic. That's only a couple of years ago. Legendary striker has been at United for an age. Come through Red Star, Bayern Munich for a couple of years, then United. But me, that's a bit of a joke out there. 50 goals in a season. Fucking hell. And it's the 9-second goal in the Premier League they'll have. Andy Cole still got their record for goals in the season, so we'll go through the teams who have been City. And Okuku is their top goal scorer ever, 278. Also the highest transfer fee they've paid, and I don't think many of these records have changed. They still exist. Aguero retired, went to Frankfurt for a season, then to Boca Juniors. Fair enough, to wrap it up. Suppose that's fair enough. But most of these records haven't actually changed. still haven't. Like Aguero, most assists, Silva was in 25, 26, just noticed, but nah. But Joe Hart still has the most clean sheets. Alan Oakes and Tommy Johnson still there. The Torres received the flipping 89 million from Torres. Fair enough. And I think that's in a season. I wonder what their transfer spend's been like. Similar to United, but they haven't got as much money in as them. But United, the yellow bars were rating well up too, like so they were. But so they've been throwing money about like fucking water too. Second season in, Joe Felix, Locatelli, Pau Torres, Goosens. They just buy everybody. Like there's Depay, Pavard, Rice. Calvert-Lewin, Asensio, Vinicius Jr. It's been ridiculous. Liverpool, look where they've gone. You know, their peak might actually be higher. No, it's not. But Liverpool just have had a couple of seasons where they went daft. Like. Signed Dybala and Naves, signed nobody the second season for some reason. And the third season started going about Mod, Lozano. And Eliax, Moriba, Esposito. So Liverpool have gone a bit daft, although Liverpool have made money back quite often. Liverpool, I think, kind of similar to United in this, haven't really moved that much. But look through their records. Flicking through here now. Paid 110 million for Camavinga. So they did. So they had Camavinga at one stage. He went to PSG for nothing, then Liverpool signed it for 110 million, then Benfica signed it for nothing. But he was at Liverpool for over a decade. Fair play to him. So their records haven't actually changed that much. Rush still has a record for most goals in the season. Roger Hunt still has the most goals. Their record hasn't actually changed, so Liverpool haven't really been that sort of. One of the Liverpool star players now. We'll go off this here, so Joseph Nozak, who's a attacking midfielder by the look of it. Positions, central attacking midfielder, 23 years of age, and it's already like that. Basically a creative force within the entire team, and flipping brilliantly. But Liverpool been bouncing about. Who was the other one? Chelsea, who haven't done well this season, but generally have been alright. Chelsea, the smallest peak I think out of all four, and similar to United, Liverpool have sold players for money too, as well as bought them for it. So they went a bit mad these couple of years, but so start with their records. Most goals, Kiefer Souza, who's still here. He gets signed at, what is he, 34? He gets signed at about 20 by the look of this. And come through Flamengo. He came through Flamengo in the very first season. Played, went to Santos, and then Chelsea signed him for what has turned out to be a comparative bargain. And got a right bit out of him. Like he's still at this point still a very good striker. Like he's just not got the stamina or the pace or the strength. But he seems to be alright. And quite a lot of their records are still standing. Mandy got clean sheet by players in the season. In the very first season, we did. And their record spend was Jeffrey Overton, Barcelona, which was a decade ago, 131 million. So this is an offal who come through in the very first season. Who he is? Come through Ajax, Barcelona for 96 million, and then Chelsea for 131. Just been at Chelsea ever since. He's a midfielder on forward. Looks to me like, going off this, he's been playing in midfield most of his career. I wouldn't say these level of goals are sort of centre forward that's been in around the top four for so long, like, but interesting. They never actually won the league in this safe, and this fella Anthony, who's in real life is at Ajax by the look of it, was signed by Chelsea, and he's their record seal to PSG. But so Chelsea a bit like Liverpool and United haven't went ridiculously mad with the money, like they've made it back, fair amount of it back, like. They look to spend about 100 million more in and out if they go mad, but you'd sort of expect that. Hassan Saner is the key player. Just a good all round midfielder. Like. So that's the Premier League done. We'll go to La Liga next. Think of all the top 5 leagues loaded. So past winners here. I'm not going into much detail, but Real Madrid dropped off in the second half of it. But it's been mostly Barcelona, Atletico having the odd one, Real Madrid having the odd one, and Athletic Bilbao freaking won the league. Holy crap. That's a good one. They have powered through to win the league at one stage. I haven't got Spain loaded. So that's just who's won La Liga. It's been running in the background, so it has been. Good. Cultural Leonesa have broken. No league history available, like, but a gauge here. They've been a La Liga team for a while and they just gradually grew. But so that's it. Looks to be sort of mostly been out, but Real Madrid have fell off something shocking. Like, so they have. Like, they're nowhere near winning the league in the second half of the season. I mean, like, they don't even crap up in third most bloody years. They actually got through second and third a fair amount, but don't actually win it. And sort of Atletico Madrid are third and Bilbao. So the top 4 has been sort of fairly consistent in terms of big teams. Like, so it has been. So we'll head to Syria next. So Juventus looked to have dominated this one. Inter winning the odd one. Napoli had a couple of years. Riziana are back. Holy crap. They're starting like the third tier something, don't they? But they're back anyway, so they are. And then Juventus, Napoli, and Inter mostly by the look of it, with an odd bit of Milan, sort of, and just the odd one from Atalanta, Regina, and Ascoli have also bumped up a wee bit. There's Pisa at the top this season. Modena, sort of up around near there too. And here's Bari back in the top division. But it's going well for them, so it has been. Oh, into the Bundesliga, Bayern dominating this one, take it. Yep, Bayern and Dortmund. That's it, there's nothing much here. So you have Bayern, you have Dortmund, and you have Hertha that to come the third team. And so scattered in Leverkusen, Leipzig, Gladbach. Yeah. Fair play Eintracht Frankfurt in the very first season managed to get third. But after that didn't really go too well for them. But it seemed to be going alright. So that's the Bundesliga. Liga is FC Metz, fair play to them, have won it. Where the fuck did they come from? But they never even finished in the top 3 last season. They've somehow won the league this season. So have. And fairly fucking comfortably as well. Like, how did that happen? But PSG dominated up until this season. Second has been Lyon, Lille, Monaco, Marseille. It's mainly been Marseille and the odd sort of team dotted in. And third has been a bit of a scattering. Lyon, Monaco, Lille, Clermont Foot, and just the friggin' different team. But Matt's fair play to him. Where have Matt's been at the past couple of seasons then? Matt's Europa League 2, 8th, 9th, 13th, 8th. So Mets have been sort of mid-table most of the time, but somehow won it. Somehow ended up winning it this season. Like, is there a reason for this, or what is it? Like, struggling to load here for whatever reason. No, just come from nowhere and randomly won it this season. Actually, have. But Mets for. That's probably going to be the most shocking result of the whole lot, to be honest with you. Tell you what, I think of the Scottish one loaded up as well. Wonder if anybody broke the old. I was going to say if anybody broke the old firm, but Christ knows how many at Celtic have won their row. Celtic have won, in this, Celtic have won 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29 leagues in a row. Rangers have been second most of it. Although Hibs were second the first season. Hamilton have got the odd one, and fuck me, Clyde got second. And third starts off Hibs, then Hamilton, Hibs, then Livingston, Clyde. How have Clyde been in the league then? Clyde. Clyde have been in the league for over 6 years now, so they'll have. End up coming second. Took me, there's Rangers in the bottom half. Fuck me. Rangers went from second to the bottom half. Scottish League looks like got competitive again outside of Celtic. That's what it does. But there's not much here. So we'll wrap up this video by we'll go into the Europa League. So we'll start with the Europa Conference League actually. This is about the most varied one. Wolves bounced about all our teams, like PSV have won it. Martimo in Portugal won it. Ascoli in Mallorca have won the last couple, and runners up Burnley, Galatasaray, Cultura Leonesa have got there. Livingston near won it. Karabag in Kazakhstan, I think that is. Akhmat. What a list! What a list of finalists out there. Like, they got final there. Leicester versus Karabag in the semi-final. There's more team versus Standard Liège. I think like Frankfurt versus West Brom. If this actually happens in real life, I'm actually in favour of this competition. Like, just for the madness of it. Like Mallorca versus Burnley in the European Cup final. Like, they're brilliant. Europa League. Tottenham. Flip me, Real Madrid dropped down. Bayern Munich have dropped down to win this one. In the final a couple of times, actually. But Burnley have won. Leeds. Tottenham have basically become Sevilla in this competition, by the look of it. But there's Gymnastic de la Tarragona, who ended up breaking up in around the top 4 in Spain as well. But Spurs have become the Europa League team, and the Champions League has been dominated by England. Bayern Munich, Inter, Liverpool, United, just City and Chelsea for a while. If this actually happened, really, you just give up, so you would. But the English have won the Champions League for over a decade. Then runner-up, PSG, Chelsea, even the runners-up have been mostly sort of English and Juventus, Bayern Munich, Dortmund. There's no real surprise here. Like, Spurs making the final again on losing isn't really a surprise. But I suppose Spurs making the final would be a surprise. Them losing it probably isn't. But that's it. That's just sort of a flick around the database. You know what happens in all the other leagues. Actually, just before we go, I'll show the championship too. Sky Bet Championship. The teams that have won here is Norwich, Sheffield United, Brentford, Bournemouth, Villa, Burnley, Bournemouth, Palace, Brentford, Fulham, Swansea, Wolves, Norwich, Derby, Stoke, back in the Premier League, Leeds, Wolves, Swansea, Wolves. So, hang on. So, Wolves won here, come straight back down, went straight back up as winners again, and could have gone straight back down. Newcastle second, back down again and won. Although I will say something, this sort of proves, I have a theory that the worst position to go into the playoff in is third. And this kind of proves it. Like, it's not really a big amount of teams third. In fact, if you're unless you're West Ham, you don't want to go into the playoffs from third. But that's it. This is actually me finishing the video by the way this time. So thanks for watching. Goodbye, good luck, and I wish you well.